Hey loves, I hope you're doing well. Welcome or welcome back to this channel. I have a message for you, or for who I'm really speaking to. These very deep, conscious, intelligent souls. I can feel you all. You've done a lot of work. There is an area, an issue, a thread, a thing, whatever that is. I'm feeling it may have been there on and off most of your life, your adult life. It's an area that, even though it's not always present, you kind of end up cycling back to. It's something that surfaces in like deeper layers. It's the thing that you think, oh, I thought I dealt with that. And here it is again. It may manifest in or through our behaviours and habits. It may come through relationship patterns. It's really a pattern. It's about patterns for this, right? So if things aren't working to shift that, whatever that is kind of irrelevant. I want you to ask yourself what consciousness you are bringing to it. We have a tendency to not fully anchor in the truth of the fact that it's actually awakening to our own consciousness that brings the shift. So ask yourself what consciousness you're bringing to the thing. Because the truth is, it's actually your consciousness awakening to itself that is the healer, the alchemist, the shift, the difference. It's your own consciousness seeing itself in a different way that then provides the mirror which alchemizes. It then provides a newness. You've got to come to it with something new, and that new isn't another thing or something external. It's not something that's going to change outside. It's like I keep just seeing a key, or like a, you know, like when they talk about fitting a square in a round hole or something like that, you know, there's a mismatch, and it's like just finding that perfect fit that then unlocks. The only thing that is coming in to change these things, these long-term patterns, which often represent not even necessarily, well, yeah, core wounds, but it's really representative of the way that we've always seen ourselves, the identity that we've always been towards the things that are present. It's really only you in the now moment that has the capacity and the choice to change anything. In other words, these things within us, these patterns within us, they are waiting for our own consciousness to realize itself in a different way. And once it does that, then that energy changes, it alchemizes. You're able to perceive and work with the thing in a completely new way. But if you don't know yourself to be that, if you don't know yourself to be that operative power, as Neville Goddard says, it's that we have to learn. So we don't have to learn a how to or a different modality or something that's going to come in from the outside to change that. Yeah, we learn, what we're learning really are the keys to allow us to do that ourselves. In other words, allow us to witness ourselves or with the capacity and as the game changer. Who do you believe yourself to be? How do you experience your own consciousness? And are you in touch with the fact that it's actually your own consciousness that has the power to alchemize anything within, any pattern, any old concept of self, old identities? All of this stuff dismantles when you start to come at it with a different consciousness, and that capacity is already available within you when you connect to the truth of who and what that actually is as divine. So who do you believe yourself to be? Because in a sense, the task is not healing and fixing. It's becoming conscious of self. Becoming conscious of self to the point where we see that it's our own witness that has the ability to dismantle something. When you see yourself in truth, then that gaze, that up-leveled perception unlocks an ability that it has in itself to dismantle anything that's not in alignment with that. So when you believe yourself to be the limitless power of consciousness, under the gaze of which anything less than will dissolve, then you know that anything that comes up within you, you know that you have the power to deal with that. And that is that up level in perception of self allows the true power of the witnessing, of the dismantling, the dissolving to come through for self, through self for self. And then you can, it doesn't matter what's there or what comes up, you don't identify with it. It doesn't have any hooks into you. So it naturally, when you don't identify with it, because you're identified with this new sense of self, which is the divine consciousness in itself, it is the witness, it is the dismantler, it is the alchemy. So anything, any old patterns, anything that's still there, that keeps cycling, keeps coming back, and you're like, how many other ways can I come at this to get rid of it? But really, when you see your own consciousness as the alchemist and you identify more with that power rather than identifying with the familiar old feelings, the familiar old patterns, concepts, and feeling of frustration, anything old will naturally crumble and dismantle. It will crumble behind you as you move forward with and in the intention and the knowing, the identity of truth, of true power of consciousness. So if things aren't working to shift anything, it doesn't matter what it is, it just represents an old energy, an old part of self, an old identity. If things aren't working to shift it, ask yourself what consciousness you are bringing to it, because it's that witness and the change there. It's that consciousness which is you, which is the alchemist, it is the healer, it is the change in itself. And part of this shift as well, part of this shift of how and who we know ourselves to be, is the learning right now. It is the teaching. It is what we're all realizing within ourselves. And it's a massive part of the medicine of the mind to know self in truth. So if that resonates with you, please do check out my offering, because this is my lit zone. And this isn't a contradiction. It's not me saying I've got something to teach you from the outside, which will then get rid of that. I'm a mirror. I'm a mirror for what you already know inside. Everything's already there, but it's like we're activating each other. We're all in our own experience, and we all have keys and codes for each other. And my lit zone, my expert area, is this space. So if you feel like you could benefit from that, to receive the divine mirror, to receive the medicine that will unlock and open your own capacity to witness yourself in truth. And then you are the alchemist for anything that comes in, anything that comes at you, anything that rises up from the past that you thought you dealt with. Please do check out. Links in the description box. Unbound, it's nothing you've got to show up for other than showing up for yourself. The format is accessible, self-paced, it's multi-dimensional, timeless medicine for your toolbox that you can bring in anytime you need to up level and peel another layer of your own consciousness for your deepest healing and alchemy. It's powerful work, and I'm just so excited to share it. So check that out if that resonates. And yeah, I'm sending you so much love. Don't get frustrated with yourself. Okay, this is a time of core wounds coming up, necessarily so, to be released. And what we're doing with them is the question. Who are we in response to it? Because that's the key. It's not about anything on the external or what the thing is. Don't make meaning out of it. It doesn't matter. We're really being asked to have a new relationship to things and to ourselves. So I'm sending you so much love. Have the most blessed afternoon. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time.